Hi, I'm Juliet Cruz,
And I'm Hadley, Flavin.
and we're doing a presentation on the reduction of meat consumption. Meat-centric diets contribute to 14.5% of global emissions. These diets are very common in Western cultures such as ours here in America. The livestock industry is a major contributor to greenhouse gases, primarily the cattle industry, which contributes to 65% of the total emissions that livestock produce. As shown in the graph to the right, livestock emissions attribute to over 58% of the total of greenhouse gas effects that come from food production. So, what about the land that's used for raising all this livestock? Well, 26% of Earth's terrestrial surface is used for grazing. 70% of lands used for grazing are overused, degraded, and devoid of proper nutrients. 70% of deforested land in the Amazon is used for grazing and cattle. All right, think of how many cows are on a single farm. Now, think of how much water it takes to feed and raise a calf until it's able to produce 1 pint of milk for consumption. It takes 1,000 pints of water for one calf. Think of the pints of water used to raise a calf until it's slaughtered for meat consumption, and the ratio of pints of water used to pints of milk produced. Now consider the amount of crops that could be produced if the same water were used for crop production for human consumption rather than raising a cow for meat consumption.
There are multiple solutions for the issue of the meat industry. One is to use meat substitutes, such as the Beyond Meat and Beyond Burger. Initial studies show that Beyond Meat produces 90% less greenhouse gases than regular meat does. Also, you can work on food waste reduction, such as using the whole vegetable or animal. Additionally, you can have a vegan or vegetarian diet, meaning that you cut out most or all of animal products. Or if you don't want to do that, you can do a meatless Monday or reduce the number of days or meals in which meat is consumed. There are multiple benefits of a plant-based diet, one of which is conservation of land and forests. Another is the significant reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. And a third is water conservation. A study at UCLA shows the difference between the amount of protein that meat produces or gives you and the amount that vegetables do, and the amount of water that is used to produce each. As you can see, 1 pound of beef uses much more water than any of the vegetable alternatives.